Okay, so Scorpios, the overall energy of your reading here is the Four of Swords. This is a very spiritual healing card. See the stained glass windows? Swords are about truth, clarity. It's about healing. This is meditating, praying, soul searching. This is time that you spend alone, seeking the truth, seeking the clarity. So you have been spending some time alone in this. It's like, really trying to figure out what your next move is, or who's coming in, what they're going to look like, if they're even out there. So you're doing a lot of healing. So something has ended. It's right next to the Three of Swords. So you're healing from a broken heart, obviously. So up here in your highest energy is the Two of Swords. So, you have a broken heart and you're going to have to deal with it, and that's what you're doing, okay? The Two of Swords is like an ostrich putting its head in the sand. You're trying to not feel the pain, okay? I usually don't pull out this card yet, but it's right, the two is right above the Three of Swords. So you're trying to kind of act like you're not in as much pain as you really are with your heart. Trying not to deal with it, but you are in the state of healing whether you know it or not. And if you think about it, your time's alone. It's almost like you don't want anybody to know that your heart is hurting. And so you're kind of blocking it. You're kind of protecting your heart. Your guard is up. Your blindfold's on. It's like you don't want to see it. You don't want to feel it. You don't want to deal with it, but you have to. That's just all there is to it in order to move on. So it's kind of a complicated thing. If this is your reading, you just do not like your heart being hurt. I mean, nobody does, but you just don't want it to show. You don't want other people to know that your heart is hurting. So I have the Magician next to the Two of Swords. This is in your highest energy line. So there's the symbol of intuition and knowing. And with the Magician, you can manifest anything you want from life. You know that? And I think you're discovering that through this healing. I think you're remembering that. It's like, well, wait a minute. My life isn't, over. I got lots of choices out there in front of me in life, and just life itself. So you have a giant cup of love. You have a pentacle for security and stability. You have a wand of fresh starts and new beginnings. And you also have a sword of truth and clarity. And you are able to manifest. You have the power, and you know it. You're figuring this out through all your healing. Part of what you're trying to heal from is this like a Knight of Pentacles energy. Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving energy in the whole deck. It's tediously slow. So all cards are male or female, like I said in the beginning. But this is like you're waiting for someone who's secure and stable and, has a job and you can depend on to come in. Somebody with a pentacle. And they're taking forever to reach you. So you found out, it looks like, that, your heart is broken. You're trying not to let it show, but you are dealing with it on your own. But look what you're manifesting. This is what you want. I think your heart is broken because whoever you were with would not commit. And I think that, even move forward in the relationship. I don't think they were the right one for you. I have the Ten of Cups. And the Magician, look, is pointing right at the Ten of Cups. This is what you're manifesting. That's a lot of love. That's an equal exchange of love between two people. There is sunshine and rainbows. There's children dancing. It's a very family-oriented type card. And whoever is coming in that's been taking their time, they're bringing a pentacle. This is the pentacle that you've been waiting for. It's right below the Knight of Pentacles, finally. So they're coming in. I'm not quite sure how far out they are. My readings don't go past 6 months, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, the Knight of Pentacles can be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Just want to throw that out there. So you are manifesting this relationship that you've been hoping for and waiting for. At the same time, you're not really letting anybody know how hurt you feel over another relationship. And there might have been a third party with the Three of Swords. I have the Queen of Cups right below the Three of Swords. This is water. This is you, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, and it's your reading. So this is your energy. We also can have Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But the Queen of Cups, this is what you're doing in your healing process. And about this broken heart is you're trying to figure out the love. This is the only cup in the deck with a lid on it. There's windows all the way around that cup. And what the Queen's trying to do is peek in those windows to get answers to love questions. So whatever your questions are, it probably has to do with your prior relationship or relationships. You're really trying to figure it out. And so it really goes well, with the Four of Swords. And this is where your mind is when you spend time alone. So you're trying to get your answers about love. Like, why can't you recognize love? Why do you let... question. It could be any questions. It could be like, why do you get so involved? Why do you fall in love so easy? Why didn't you see it coming? Or, it could be anything. But your mind is definitely on trying to get answers to your questions about your broken heart. Why did you end up with another broken heart type thing? I have the World right next to the Queen of Cups and right under that Four of Swords. You are moving into a new life cycle. I think you're manifesting this. I think you're manifesting a person who's going to love you and cherish you the exact same amount that you do them. And they're going to want to come in union with you. They're bringing a pentacle. It's going to be secure. It's going to be stable. And it's a whole new life cycle that you are manifesting. And you got the Magician right above the Four of Swords. So all that meditating, that praying, or soul searching and that you're doing, you're actually manifesting what you really want. This World card is right next to the Two of Wands, which is right under the Ten of Cups. There you are, holding onto a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand and holding the World in the other hand. So you're moving into a new life cycle. I don't think you've made it there yet because with the Two of Wands, it's dreaming about it, it's contemplating, it's thinking, about what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, who it's going to be. I feel like this person is still coming in, but I think they're getting close because you're manifesting them to come in. And you will enter this new life cycle. And when push comes to shove, the Queen of Cups isn't even going to matter. This card will not even matter because you won't have love questions anymore. You won't have to have love questions anymore. So let's take out the second part of this reading. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, whoever you were with put you through it again. I mean, it's like maybe the Three of Swords is like 3 relationships gone bad, or I think it's a third party. I think maybe you got stuck with someone who had a third party or third energy that was attached to them that made this relationship toxic. But let's start up here with the Ace of Swords. That is a sword for truth and clarity. It can represent conversation, but it's the swords that you're getting out of this Four Swords. It's all this truth and clarity that comes to you while you are either praying or meditating there. That's helping you enter this new life cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is right next to the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, this new life cycle is going to be all for your better. Wheel of Fortune, that wheel is turning, and it's the universe. So when the universe is involved, you can't even stop that wheel if you wanted it to. But it's moving for your better, so you wouldn't want to stop it. So you are definitely under the universe's control right now, making decisions, having thoughts, and moving forward. And you're going to end up doing things for yourself to help you move forward and to obtain this 10 of Cups. And that's what you really, really want. And you also want the commitment. I have the 3 of Wands on the other side of the Wheel of Fortune. The 3 of Wands is, there you are, holding on to that staff, a fresh starts and new beginnings. You know, with the Magician, you know, you have that staff. You have that staff in the 2 of Wands. You have the staff in the 3 of Wands. And there you are, standing there, contemplating what it's going to look like, what your future is going to look like, what your new life cycle is going to look like. There's 3 ships out there, 1, 2, 3. So there you are, waiting for your ship to come in. This is telling me, I think your ship is out there. It just hasn't come in yet. And the universe is just moving you towards the place where your ship can come in. I don't see... Well, I have a clarifying card too. So I feel like you're leaving this old relationship behind. I feel like right now the main thing about this reading is about you healing over a past relationship and really seeking some guidance from the universe here, because it really, you know, threw you for a loop this time. You're trying not to let it show to others how bad it hurt. But you are, at the same time that you are in this place of meditation and prayer and spending this time alone, even soul searching, it's like the law of attraction. You're actually putting those thoughts out there in the universe, and you are manifesting someone to come in. And they, you know, it's taken a long time, but they're coming. Your ship is out there. I have the 5 of Swords next to the 10 of Cups and under the Ace of Swords. So the truth is, under the Ace of Swords, I think this last person kind of made you feel rejected and hurt. Well, I know you felt hurt. And you've been spending a lot of time alone. You're kind of feeling lonely, like you should be with somebody, that you should have whoever it is. You know, it's almost like, I just got this feeling. It's like you can feel they're out there. You know they're out there, but it's making you lonely because they're not with you, and you're wondering when they're ever going to show up. It's next to the Queen of Swords at 5 of Pentacles, which the Queen of Swords is right below the Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Swords is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius that might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is seeking truth and seeking clarity. No, you had the Ace of Swords up here. So all this truth and clarity is coming to you. And you're actually, you're seeking it. And you're seeking it through all this healing. I got the Star right next to the Queen of Swords. The Star is Aquarius. The Queen of Swords is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. There's 2 for Aquarius right next to each other. But the Star, that is such a deep healing card. It's like healing right down to your bare bones. It's seeing your own reflection in that pool of water and remembering the essence of who you are, remembering what you want, what you don't want. It's healing right down to your bare bones. Very, very spiritual. I feel like you're really spending some spiritual time by yourself when you're alone. And you're asking the universe, and you're telling the universe, you know, things like what you want, what you don't want. You're looking for truth. You're looking for clarity. And this is helping you manifest this person to come in. And it's also helping you heal. You have 2 very strong healing cards in your reading, Scorpios. And then under this 5 of Pentacles is the 7 of Cups. This is, you know, what you've been getting. You've been getting cups that have something else in them. They look very, you know, they're all like yelling, pick me, pick me. But there's not one of those cups are the right cup for you. Your cup is out here still with the 3 of Wands. That's where your cup is, where the Wheel of Fortune is taking you on a slow ride to get there. And so this is the confusion, you know, we got the Queen of Cups. This is the confusion. You're trying to figure out how to recognize real love. Well, make sure that they're in the same place as you are. Make sure that they have a lot of the same qualities. Make sure they're not more interested in something else, you know. Because I feel like you've been getting those types of cups. And it always leaves you standing there, holding on to the world, wondering, what your new life cycle is going to bring in. So I have the Tower card. And the Tower card is right next to the Seven of Cups and right under the Queen of Swords. They always blow up. This is what you're seeking from the universe, the clarity. Why do my relationships always, fall apart? Why do I always pick the wrong person? It's stuff like that goes through your head. I'm surprised the Judgment card isn't here, because a lot of it is just plain old learning, how to move forward. The Devil card is next to the Tower card, and this has happened to you, I think, more than once, where you've been tied to someone who's been tied to someone or something else, and that's what blows up your relationships. So, this could be an addiction. It can be a third party. Like I remember we started, I said, you could have had third parties. So whatever it was, it just made the relationships toxic, and they can't last. This is a card for Capricorn, and it's only because of the horns, not because of the energy of the card. So Capricorn could be strong in your reading, or strong in, not in your reading, but in your chart, or in someone else's chart around this reading. So you're healing, and it's right below the Star card. So I feel like there could have been a third energy involved in whatever it is you're healing from, that you're trying to hide from the world, so they don't know how bad you're hurting, but boy, are you hurting. But you're recovering. The universe is helping you, you're working this out. Some people can't work things out that way, but if this is your reading, Scorpio, you're doing a good job of it. Now, you are moving forward. You are leaving all this toxic energy behind. I think it's finally dawning on you what's going on. Your ship is still out there, and the universe is trying to pull you that direction. So your clarifying card goes right between the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, and it's the Death card, and it's a lot better than it sounds. This is your card, Scorpio. First off, this is leaving the old behind and moving towards the new. Just like ringing out the old year, ringing in the new year. It's like, making what's it called at the end of the year? Where you promise yourself that you're not going to let this happen anymore. You're leaving your old ways behind, and you are moving forward. So, you're doing it, and you're doing it all on your own. It's like you're not sharing your hurt heart with anybody, and you're working it out yourself. But what this reading wants you to know is they are out there, and you are manifesting them to come in. So they're out there, and you're going to be entering a new life cycle. Like I said, my readings do not go past 6 months, so you're on your way.